President Donald Trump addressed reporters regarding his peace proposal for Ukraine. When pressed about whether his 28-point plan was the final offer to Kyiv, Trump emphatically rejected the idea, signaling that the ongoing diplomatic efforts to resolve the Russia-Ukraine conflict are far from over. Trump's comments came growing international concern over the prolonged war and the staggering loss of life. While many world leaders have pushed for immediate peace negotiations, Trump's response suggests that his administration's approach will not be limited to just this plan. The president, in typical fashion, was quick to assert that had he remained in office, this conflict would never have occurred, drawing a stark contrast between his vision for international diplomacy and the current administration's handling of the war. Trump's statement also pointed to a crucial point: we want to achieve peace. This message echoes his broader America First foreign policy agenda, which was central during his presidency. His reference to peace as a goal that should have been achieved a long time ago signals not only impatience, but also frustration with the current trajectory of the conflict. Trump's words suggest that, in his view, the United States' approach to Ukraine and Russia may have been mismanaged under the current administration. Trump's belief that the war should never have happened plays directly into his narrative that the US was far more capable of preventing conflicts under his leadership. His dismissal of the notion that his plan is final leaves room for further negotiation and possibly more dramatic shifts in US foreign policy toward Ukraine. This rejection of a final offer may be seen as a strategic move in a wider effort to keep diplomatic channels open. In the coming months, as the war continues, it will be interesting to see how Trump's proposals evolve, particularly in light of international pressure to reach a peaceful resolution. While his position on Ukraine may alienate some European allies, it has certainly struck a chord with many Americans who view his approach to foreign policy as a return to a more aggressive, results-driven diplomacy. For context, Trump's remarks come at a pivotal time. His peace plan for Ukraine, which was unveiled just weeks ago, has been met with skepticism by some allies, but also interest from those who believe in a more transactional approach to foreign diplomacy. The US plan, while presenting a framework for peace, offers significant concessions to Russia, including Ukraine's possible demilitarization and reduced ties with NATO. These elements are seen as controversial, especially given Ukraine's ongoing resistance against Russian forces. The peace talks, however, are not just about stopping the fighting. They are part of a larger geopolitical puzzle. The war in Ukraine has triggered ripples throughout the world, affecting energy markets, international relations, and military alliances. For Europe, this conflict presents a direct threat to regional stability, and Trump's plan might challenge Europe's vision of a united democratic response to Russian aggression. In contrast, many European leaders have emphasized the importance of Ukraine's sovereignty, and they have expressed doubts over any peace plan that would require Ukraine to make substantial concessions to Russia. Leaders like France's Emmanuel Macron have voiced concerns that a peace deal brokered primarily by the United States may not fully address the security needs of Ukraine or the broader European continent. This highlights the deep divisions that exist within the Western alliance regarding the future of Ukraine. While Trump may claim that his offer is not final, it's clear that his approach will be far more direct. Trump has consistently expressed a desire for swift action, stating that the conflict should never have happened in the first place. He has cast doubt on the efficacy of international diplomacy as it stands and has suggested that if he were in power, the war could have been prevented. This bold claim challenges the assumption that the war was inevitable, positioning Trump as an outspoken critic of current foreign policy. As the world continues to grapple with the devastating effects of this war, the question remains, what happens next? Trump's comments underscore a growing frustration among many in the US, who feel that Washington's current handling of Ukraine may not be achieving the desired results. His insistence that peace must come one way or another suggests a firm commitment to ending the war, though the exact path to that outcome remains unclear. The 28-point plan he refers to has not been fully disclosed, but it is known to include significant provisions for a ceasefire, withdrawal of Russian forces, and a restructuring of Ukraine's military alliances. Critics, however, are wary of how much Russia is expected to gain from such a deal. Trump's assertiveness in rejecting the idea that this is his final offer may well be an attempt to keep the pressure on both Russia and Ukraine, forcing them back to the negotiating table. As we look ahead, the implications of Trump's remarks are twofold. First, they signal a potential shift in US foreign policy that may favour more unilateral decisive action as opposed to multilateral negotiations and consensus building. Second, they underscore the importance of the US role in shaping the future of Ukraine, with Trump positioning himself as a major player in bringing the conflict to an end. It's also important to note that these statements come at a time when the US faces growing challenges from Russia and China, both of whom have been expanding their influence in global geopolitics. Trump's approach, if implemented, could significantly alter the US stance on international diplomacy, reshaping the dynamics of US-Russia relations and US-European relations. Trump's rejection of his plan as the final offer suggests that peace in Ukraine may still be within reach, but it will require more than just a political statement. It will require strong leadership, both domestically and internationally. As the world watches, the pressure to find a solution grows more urgent. The fate of Ukraine, the stability of Europe, and the future of global security all hang in the balance. How these discussions unfold in the coming months will likely shape the global landscape for years to come. Trump's remarks about the ongoing conflict in Ukraine will certainly be remembered as a defining moment in the discourse surrounding US foreign policy. His firm stance on seeking a peaceful resolution while still holding out hope for further negotiations signals his belief that the current situation can be turned around. However, it also raises key questions about how far he is willing to push this diplomacy and whether such an approach will resonate with global leaders and citizens alike. In conclusion, while the future remains uncertain, the need for peace in Ukraine has never been more critical. Trump's proposals, if pursued, could reshape the landscape of the conflict, but it will take cooperation from all parties involved to end the bloodshed and reach a lasting agreement. The coming months will be pivotal as world leaders face mounting pressure to act decisively and secure a future free of the violence that has defined this war.